Okay, sorry about that, guys. Diva was being a little hellion there for a moment. Anyway, so going back to the topic, so this video is going to be about being called retarded, and I kind of really do want to go in depth with that. And for you who are my Turner Syndrome sister who asked me to do this video, thank you, because I want to thank you so much for having requested this video, because I feel like it's so important for everybody to know. One, I do not believe in that word. I hate that word. I have, yes, been called retarded, and I don't even really believe there is a person or a thing that's what you call retarded, I guess. So a thing about me is I used to take care of people with disabilities for a living, and so I have a huge heart for people that struggle, but I don't think there's any retarded. Everyone is so smart and so beautiful in their own unique ways, and everybody holds different values, because no two people are the same, right? Well, there's so many ways you can go about that, handle that, and deal with that. So we're going to get into that right now. So for me, when people call me retarded, I just smile and walk away. And I'll tell them thank you, because really, if you're going to be that petty and you're going to be that, and I'm sorry, ignorant about calling somebody that, you have to be that low of life, to just have to call somebody a mean, terrible, terrible name. That's just a shame, and they need to focus and work on themselves. And I feel like if people are really getting that mean and ignorant and nasty with you, there's a reason, and it's because they're not happy with themselves. So, and it has nothing to do with you. And I want, especially for my sister who requested me to do that, I want you to know that you are not, you are smart, you are beautiful, you're, and especially with us TS women, we go through so much that not normal people go through. But again, what is normal, And so, having said that, I cannot spell to save my life. I'll be the first one, 2 hands up, who cannot spell with me, because that is me. And people correct me all the time. It kind of makes me angry. And I'll be like, okay, thanks, great. But at the end of the day, everybody's so smart, and everybody handles their struggles a different way. But if somebody goes out nasty with you, just walk away. Because one, regardless of what they say to you, it's not true. I don't believe that anybody's dumb. I believe everybody's so smart. And 9 chances out of 10, maybe you struggle in that area, but then you excel in an area where they struggle in. And maybe that's why they're so upset. Maybe, your personality shines and sparks, and they struggle because, maybe they're shy or something, but you don't. And you just have this big, big personality. And I feel like that is so huge, And I'm not good at spelling, but then if you ask me a lot about medical, I can be there, and I know it. You know what I mean? Or I'm good with advice, but then again, I can't spell. Again, that's where I struggle. And know your struggles. And if you struggle in a particular area, everybody can improve somewhere. And I don't handle every situation perfectly 100% of the time. I don't feel like everybody does. 100% of the time, handle everything in the right way. Because, in the heat of the moment, you have your feelings involved. And it does hurt, when somebody calls you retarded. It really does hurt. But at the end of the day, you got to know where you shine. And that shines through more than anything. And it's okay to struggle in something. Like, I'm not even ashamed to admit I can't spell to save my life. I'm not, not that I can't spell anything. I can spell some words, but, I'm not the best. Hey. And another thing, too, that I think is, so important for you to know, people say things mean when they're not happy with themselves. So it's nothing that you did. And you really have to hold that and remember that. And I'm a firm believer in that. I don't know if you are. And, of course, if you have different, beliefs in that, that's okay, too. I don't think that there's a wrong belief. And, different views on a certain topic is amazing, Thank you. And, you just, regardless of what even that struggle is. I failed I didn't pass my driver's test the first time around, but then I sure did pass it the next time, So, I mean, you gotta work at what you're, if you know yourself that, that you need help with something, it's okay to ask for help. It doesn't make you stupid. It doesn't make you dumb. It don't make you any less smarter than you were 2 minutes ago before either a question was asked or anything. Hi, I love you too. And another thing too as well, that I do think that is super important. I have been having people that have been mean and disrespectful to me, but that's okay. I'm not. It was a Turner Syndrome sister asked me to make this video, and Carly, oh my god, sorry, I don't mean to laugh. My little sister's comments are kind of they're cracking me up right now. I just can't with you, girl. Anyway, yes, I have been bullied before, majorly. I've had somebody purposely slam their car door into my car door, leaving a dent. I have had a rumor go around about me in high school. I was in a serious relationship at the time, and so they made up a rumor that I was pregnant. And then I was in acting and modeling. I did acting and modeling, and people in the school didn't believe me. So then, they make up a whole bunch of lies, how I was a telepathical liar. There was just so many things that I can tell you. I've been told I was retarded and stupid. I've been called all those names, because I went to T1. I went in learning support, but I don't think that's a bad thing. Everybody learns in a different way. Even people that don't have to go through learning support or don't have to go through anything else like that, everybody struggles at a point, and I don't care who you are. There's going to be areas where you struggle with, and there's going to be areas that you are amazing. Again, as I keep saying, spelling I suck at, and driving I had difficulties in. I had to work harder than most people do for that, and and that's okay, because if you ask me anything medical, I'm your girl. If you need advice, I'm your girl. I can do that. I'm good at that. But when it comes down to nitty-gritty about, people calling you those names, first off, everyone struggles with something, and it don't matter who you are. And, when I was in school, would call me stupid because I had to go, to a special class or whatever, I would just say thank you and walk away, And then I didn't really fully, even in some of my age groups that I got bullied in, didn't really understand it, I used to hum to focus, and I had a teacher call me the Mad Hummer, and then everybody in school was calling me the Mad Hummer for a while. I love that teacher, bless her heart, now I do, but and then we had this black book, and you weren't supposed to be in that black book, guys. Guess who was in there over 47 times before the parent-teacher conference? Yo girl was. I liked writing my name in the book. And, but it wasn't that I really misbehaved. She made me put my name in the book if I were to hum. And then I had a teacher that would make me miss recess. Every time she called me sitting, I sit on my feet. I don't know if my sisters do that. It's more comfortable for me. I sit on my feet. I've always done it. My mom does it. Anyway, and so I sit on my feet. Well, she would write me up, and she would make me miss recess. And that was when I was in 3rd grade. I didn't have recess at all my whole 3rd grade year of schooling. And that was strictly because, again, I sat on my feet, So, you're going to have your bad and your good, and then some years were great. I had a teacher telling me I was lying because in the learning support classes and how it worked out with me, I was 3 years behind in math. I'm great at math. I can learn math good, but at the time, I was 3 years behind. And so I did tutoring to get caught up to where people in my regular class was. And so then I the teacher looked at me, she goes, "You're lying, you have to know this." No, no I don't. And then I try to explain, I'm 3 years behind in math. Like, I know this, everybody knows this, like, you know? And so I told my mom, and then that stopped my tutoring after that happened, because I'm a very blunt person. I don't deal with that type of stuff very well, you know? And another thing I struggle with too sometimes is, you know, my emotions. Sometimes like my anxiety gets so high and it builds up and it's frustrating and and it's just like overwhelming. I struggle with that. But that's anyone who deals with anxiety and stuff like that. But regardless of that, and regardless of what anyone calls you, just know it's not true. And just know how strong and beautiful you are. And at the end of the day, those people didn't know what I had to go through every day. They didn't know at this point in my life, I went through 10 different operations and procedures. They didn't know. I had to see 10, have to see 10 different doctors every 3 to 6 months. They didn't go through that. I did. And that included lab work. They didn't know every night for over 14 years of my life, I had to go through shots every night. They didn't know that. So we go through so much, and behind closed doors, I don't think anybody should bully or call people names because you don't know what the other person's going through. Especially my Turner Syndrome sisters, we have this extra amazing thing to make us so much stronger with all the medical stuff we have to go through, all of, the doctors we have to go see, all of the procedures we had to undergo because of our other health issues associated with Turner's or different health issues in general, or... and then you'd be missing school, so they thought you were just skipping school and you weren't really sick, and I've had those rumors, and then, literally, it can be a mean world. Oh gosh, my little sister wants to join in. Let's see what she has to say real quick. She's adding herself again. Hi guys.
Hi.
That's for everybody who doesn't know. And that's her friend. Did you have something to add on the live, Carly?
What?
Did you have something to add on the live?
What do I have to add to the live?
I don't know. You asked to be in here.
I want to see you.
Little sister, everybody. I love you guys. Sorry for that. A little bit of a comedy in there. Yeah, absolutely, Laura. I'd be happy for that. Everybody is like so true with what they're saying on my live right now. Everything is so true. And you just need to remember when somebody's doing that and being rude to you and disrespectful, that is why. And there's going to be things that people don't understand, and you don't understand why they're doing that way. Just know that they're probably struggling with something. And is there anything anybody else wants me to talk about really quick before I end the live? Is there anything anybody else would like me to add in here? Or to talk about a little bit more? I'll give you like 1 more minute. Okay, guys. Alright, I am going to end this. Oh. Okay. Alright, I'm going to end the live. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please go like my Kate for Turner YouTube page, Facebook page if you haven't already. Let's make our Kate for Turner family even bigger than ever. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for your support. I love you all.